So dear cadets, yesterday I taught you seed dispersal. So I taught you the definition of seed dispersal, need of seed dispersal, then agents of seed dispersal, and different kinds of seeds which are carried away by the wind, water, animals and bursting. Okay, so just try to understand. Yesterday you have noted down the examples on the basis of agents by which they are carried away. Now there are some features of seeds are there. Okay, like some seeds are lighter, some seeds are hairy, some seeds are spiny. So on that basis I am giving you here some questions. Give 2 examples of winged seed. Winged seed means having wings. Drumstick you might have seen, and maple. These are the 2 seeds which are having wing, and they are always carried away by the wind. Okay, so just try to understand. Since they have got the wings, that is why with the flow of wind they can be transferred from one place to another place. The drumstick and maple seed. Second question is, give 2 examples of hairy seeds. Hairy seed means they have got the small hairs on their body. Okay, so since they have got the small hairs on their body, so those hairs help in the flying in the air. That is why these type of air means these type of seeds are also carried away by the wind. What are these? Just see. Grass seeds, ack seed, okay, and sunflower seed. Ack means madar. You might have seen this. This is very oftenly found in the villages. So just see, grass seeds, ack seeds and sunflower seeds. These are the hairy seeds and they are carried away by the winds. Another one is, name some spiny seeds. What is that one? Spiny. Spiny means hook-like structure is there on their seeds. So try to understand. Such type of seeds are carried away by the. They are carried away by the animals. By the animals. Okay. What kind of seeds are carried away by the animals? Spiny seeds. So with the help of their spines, they stick to the shoes, leather, means shoes, slippers, cloths of the animals, and they carried away from one place to another place. So please note down these questions and write down their answers. In this way, this chapter is completely completed. Okay, now I will recapitulate the entire chapter, that how many things I have covered in this chapter, and tomorrow I will teach you the NCERT exercises. Okay, so before recapitulate, I will recapitulate with the help of extra marks, so that if something you have missed, again you can note down. Okay, so dear cadets, let us recap this chapter. Okay, so I started with this chapter with the help of definition of reproduction. So what is the meaning of reproduction? Reproduction is nothing but a producing their own kinds. That is only offspring. That is only reproduction. How many types of reproduction is there? 2 types. Asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Now how many types of asexual reproduction is there? Vegetative propagation, spore formation, fragmentation, budding. These are types of asexual reproduction. Okay, now sexual reproduction. So what is the meaning of what is the difference between sexual and asexual reproduction? In sexual reproduction, sexual organs are involved. Okay, while in asexual reproduction, asexual parts are involved. Okay, so all those things I have completely completed. Now in sexual reproduction of flower, what is there? The flower has got sepals, petals, then what is there? Stamen and pistil. So stamen and pistil is the reproductive part. Okay, stamen is the male reproductive part and pistil is the female reproductive part. In pistil, what is there? Stigma, style, ovary is there. In stamen, anther, lobe and filament is there. In the anther lobe, what is there? Male gametes are produced, pollens are produced. In ovary, what is there? Ovules are produced. Okay, female gametes are produced. Now just try to understand. Here you just see ovules, female gamete and male gametes. They are fusing together. So the process of fusion of male and female gamete, that is known as fertilization. Okay, so the fusion of male and female gamete is known as fertilization. And after fertilization, what is formed? After fertilization, zygote is formed. Okay, that zygote develop into embryo. Okay, so just try to understand that embryo is a very important thing. Okay, now once this is completed, then what would be there? Formation of fruits and seeds. Formation of fruits and seeds. So just try to understand. Fruits, what are the fruits? Ripened ovary is known as fruit, and fertilized ovule is formed the seed. Entire process I have explained. Now the last one is the seed dispersal. In seed dispersal, what is taking place? Transferring of seed from one place to another place, that is known as seed dispersal. Okay. Seed dispersal is required because we want to avoid the overcrowding of one particular plant in one particular place. We want to avoid the competition for the nutrients, water and sunlight in one particular place. Third one need is to invade into new habitats. That is why seed dispersal is required. There are agents of seed dispersal. What are the agents of seed dispersal? Agents of seed dispersal means those things which helping in the seed dispersal. These are wind, water, wasting and animals. Wind, water, wasting and animals. Okay. So some seeds especially which are spiny. Okay. Which are spiny, they always disperse with the help of wind. Okay. Some seeds which can have got the floating ability, they are dispersed by the water. Some seeds with the sudden jerk, they burst and their seeds transfer from one place to another place, that is bursting. Some seeds which have got the spines, hook structure, they stick to the body of animals, birds, and they transfer from one place to another place. Now one more thing is there, just try to understand. Transferring of male gamete from anther to stigma, that is known as pollination. Okay, transferring of male gamete from anther to stigma of female reproductive part, that is known as pollination. Okay, pollination, this is very important thing. Try to understand. Especially this is very important in case of unisexual flower. In bisexual flower, male and female part is very close. So without the help of other, they can be transferred. Even if single means very low wind flow is there. But try to understand, if unisexual flower is there, unisexual flower means male and female reproductive part is present in different flowers. In that case, pollination is very important. So with the help of wind or animals, the anther, male gametes, pollens, they transfer from male reproductive part to female reproductive part, that is stigma. Okay, so there are two types of pollination: self pollination and cross pollination. All those diagrams and everything you have completely completed. In this way, this chapter is completely completed. Dear cadets, let us complete some NCERT exercise also. Just see. So what is the name of this chapter? The chapter name is reproduction in plants. The first NCERT exercise is fill in the blanks. So the production of new individual from the vegetative part of parent is called, just see, I will tell you the answer. Vegetative propagation. What is the next one? A flower may have either male or female reproductive part. Such a flower is called unisexual flower. The transfer of pollen grains from anther to its stigma of the same or of another flower of the same kind is known as pollination. Okay. The fusion of male and female gamete is termed as fertilization. Seed dispersal takes place by wind, water and animals. Okay. So unisexual flower, self pollination, okay, vegetative propagation, these are the answers. Okay, noted down. Yes. Now let us move to the next question. What is the next question? Describe the different methods of asexual reproduction. Give examples. So already you have written this question. Again you can write, I don't have any problem. This question is repeated. Already I told you, explain the process of fragmentation, budding, spore formation. So here they have given one complete question. So there are 4 different methods of asexual reproduction. The first one is fragmentation. In this process, an organism like alga breaks down into 2 or more fragments, and each fragment give rise to a new individuals. For example, Spirogyra undergo fragmentation as shown below. You have made the diagram also. Next one is budding. In this process, small bulb-like projection emerges from the mother cell that grows and develop into a new individual. Yeast undergoes budding to reproduce asexually, that takes place in following manner. Okay, see this diagram. Already I have explained with the help of this diagram. Next one is the spore formation. Spore formation, who is reproducing through the spore formation? Fungi. Most of the fungi reproduce asexually by forming tiny spores which germinate to give rise to new individual in the following manners. Okay, so this diagram also you have made. The last one is the vegetative propagation. It is seen in many plants in which vegetative plant parts give rise to new plants. What are the vegetative parts? Roots, stems, leaves, they are the vegetative part. Leaves, bryophyllum is reproduced by leaves only. Okay, so just see this one also. Okay, in this way, means up to question number 2 I have completely completed. You also complete along with those questions which I taught you on the blackboard, that is give 2 examples of winged seed, give 2 examples of hairy seed, give 2 examples of spiny seeds. Along with those 3 questions, you write these 2 questions also. So there is no need to give you additional questions. These 5 questions are enough for you. So please complete today all these things. Tomorrow I will complete the remaining NCERT exercise. Thank you. Dear cadets, just remember, in NCERT exercise number 2, these diagrams are essential. Please try hard to make these diagrams.